Hello and welcome to 2021 and Harps Northwest's January challenge. We have a feast of beautiful music for you to start this brand new year, and I can't wait to share it all with you. We're going to be starting today with a brand new composition by Eira Lynn Jones. And Eira is Professor of Harp at the Royal Northern College of Music in England. And she's written this stunningly beautiful piece. And there's an extra twist for this because she hasn't given it a name as yet. And so what we would like to do is to invite you, as you learn this piece over the next 11 days, to think about what it invokes for you and to perhaps come up with your suggestion for a title. And we can send those to Eira, and she may well choose your title as the title of her new piece. It's very exciting. I'm going to start by playing it all the way through for you, and then we'll focus in on what we're going to do today. My aim this year is to keep these videos quite brief. I'm aware that we've all spent the previous year doing a lot of things online, a lot of computer work. So let's keep it nice and to the point so that we don't get too fatigued. So here we go. So this is Eira's new piece. Isn't that beautiful? So without any further ado, let's get looking in. So you have 6 bars today. And one of the first things I'd like to point out is the 2 words written above, which say with freedom. And the strongest thing that's come from Eira about this piece is that it should be extremely free. She's very specifically not put any sort of tempo marking on there. She wants you to play it at whatever speed feels right and comfortable for you. And that will be the right speed for this piece. And that's really, really important. So you're going to make this entirely your own. And it could sound quite different played at a fast tempo compared to played at a gentle tempo. And who's to say which one of those is the better? The best one is the one that you play it at and that you're happy at. Similarly, she hasn't put any dynamic markings in so that you again can interpret how it feels for you and where it comes from inside of you for how you want to play it, which is wonderful. Next thing I will notice is our time signature at the beginning here, which is 6/4. So that's 6 crotchets in the bar or 6 quarter notes in the bar. So we have an awful lot of space in these opening notes. So the first 2 notes, although they're written across the staves from the bass to the treble clef, we're going to play those with the left hand. So we've got a 3rd finger on middle C, a thumb on G, and our right hand can sit happily on finger 2 on the B, a thumb on the E. So we've got lovely, nice high thumbs, low fingers, going to allow our shoulders to drop down, nice elbows out as well. Okay, so we're heading up with these notes. We want to make sure that we really bend that thumb beautifully over to get a really beautiful end sound so that it doesn't sound harsh. Just everything is played as beautifully as we possibly can, okay? And we play C, G, B, E. And then we have 4 more beats of just space happening following that, okay? So if I count us in at this kind of speed, it would be 5 and 6 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now I'm counting the wrong numbers. Oh, start again. If I count us in again, so we've got C, G, B, E, 5 and 6 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and back on the same notes, and then we move down to A, E, G. So the left hand is the same size gap. We've just jumped down a 3rd to the A and the E, and then we'll finish that with a nice finger 2 on the G there. 3rd bar is the same as the 1st. So we'll keep starting with that same little motif going up, and again, lots of space. Going into bar 4, we again start with that pattern. Our left hand again moves down to the A and the E, but our right hand's going to go up. And it goes E, A, G. And the thing is to not turn those into quavers, keep them as crotchets, keep them as our quarter notes nice and spacious. So if I do bar 4, if I count us in, 5 and 6 and... of time. Okay, then our left hand's gone down a 3rd again onto the black and the red, our F and our C. Right hand is going to get ready with an E going down to an A. You could place that if you wish, just don't get muddled thinking that those notes are heading upwards, because all our left hand notes have been heading upwards. So we have F, C, E, and loads of time, and we can just walk our hands through placing all these next notes. Okay, so that is E, A, C, F, back to E. So notice how I don't come off during that. I just keep getting the next one ready each time. And to make sure that that final one, which is a bit of a stretch from the F up to the E there, to make sure that that has a really rich sound, especially as it's a thumb on its own, I make sure that I allow my hand to come up towards it so that it's not, I don't leave my hand where I've just played the F and then try and get that E. Let my hand come up so that it's got somewhere for that thumb to land. It's got somewhere for it to aim. Then our left hand, it was on F and C. We've moved up to G and D. Right hand hasn't moved far, just down one to the D and the B. And we have G, D, D, B. So an answering downward pattern in the top. So then we have a rest, during which we can get our thumb on C, finger 2 on the A, finger 3 on the G. And then we have a pause on the A, so let's turn it to twice as long. G twice as long. Pauses, if you want to be very technical, they just double the length of the existing note. But again, when you're playing with freedom, it's what it feels inside. So what feels like an appropriate length for this? It's going to lead us into the sort of the start of the more driving part that will become tomorrow. So all the fingerings I've given there are sort of my interpretations. The reason behind the 3 and 1s for those opening notes is that you are playing notes that are a fifth apart. I'll show you with my right hand. If I were to drop my finger 2 into the middle, we'd have a nice triad shape. So 3 and 1 is a really good fingering to do when it's that size of gap. So that's where all the 3 1s have come from in my left hand. Walking through at the top, for example, in bar 5 with these crotchets or these quarter notes. 1, 3, 1, 3, and then up to my thumb. You could, though, if you're playing with total freedom and if you want to create a different feel almost with it, you could do all of those with finger 2 if you wanted. And placing is one of those things that has the result of making things sound like they belong together and like they are joined up. It really helps with phrasing. But similarly, it can interfere with phrasing if you place across the wrong spacing, across the wrong parts of the phrase. So in a piece like this, where you can really choose what's the effect I want to make. Do I want these notes to sound like they really belong together? Or do I want them to sound more like they're dropping from nowhere? And you can make that choice and you can choose what fingering then you want to do. So it's not just about stability and knowing where you are on the harp. It's about how it affects the musicalness of what you're playing. Okay, so let's put that all together and that'll be us done for today. Well done. From the beginning. So I'm going to keep it at this speed that I've been counting. I'll do you a little play along video separate from this where we do a few different speeds and you can see where you feel comfortable. And that isn't a case of building up to the highest speed, it's for trying it out. So here we go. To give you just those last 2 beat count in. 5 and 6 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 5 and 6 and 8. And then we go on to what's next. Super. So do have a play around with that and then do join us on the other video for playing along and try the different speeds and see where you find your comfort level. And also not just about comfort, but where you think this is what feels right and sounds right for this piece. Well done.